Hi everybody, we are Mike and Brenda Baker, and today we're going to be talking more about empty nesting. And today's title is, Can you prepare for empty nesting?
Can you prepare for empty nesting? Anybody can prepare for empty nesting. Empty nesting, I know there's a lot of women especially who agonize over when the kids will finally leave.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, a lot of men do too, but they just don't necessarily let their wives know that they're agonizing over empty nesting. And then I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of dudes that are like, see ya. So now you're wondering, which one are you, Mike? I'm not going to tell you. So empty nesting, we always like to make 3 points when we go through these things. So our first point is chores. One thing that I can't speak for Brenda, but one thing I noticed as the boys, because we have 5 boys, as the boys left the house, I recognized that what they were doing before was now going to have to shift. Okay, and granted, the first 2 boys, sure, it was easy to shift the chores down to the other 3 boys, but as we got less and less boys, I saw that I needed to start picking up the slack, and I think Brenda saw that as well. Although it was never something we talked about specifically. We never sat down and had hey, this one's leaving, so you need to do this, or this one's leaving, so you need to do that. It was just something that I think we eventually just kind of did.
Just for the record, I never expected him to do anything because he's got a very busy full-time job, and so that was on him. That wasn't something that I ever felt like he needed to do.
No, and I'm not saying it was, but chores are a big thing that you have to contemplate, when you're preparing for empty nesting, when you know the kids are leaving. It's probably a good idea to talk about them. And guys, here's the thing I'll tell you about guys. This is where I am different. Now, she said that she never asked me to do that. Mm-hmm. However, I did it.
Yep.
She didn't need to ask me to do it. All right. I recognized that I could not. Sure, she's a stay-at-home mom. Sure, she stayed home and homeschooled. Sure, she did all these things and does all these awesome things still. She blogs and she does all this. I can't expect her to do everything while she's at home simply because I work. And if you're the type of dude that thinks, well, I work and her job is the house, you're an idiot. Okay? Come on. Step up. Be the man in your house. You want your wife to appreciate you. Give her a reason to, and show her, look, this is us now. It's not all of us. It's us. I need to step up and I need to help take care of things too.
The nice thing about chores, though, when the kids are all gone and you are empty nesting, is that there aren't as many because there aren't as many messes that people make and then don't clean up. So that does help with the empty nesting and with regard to chores.
Well, chores do. You do lose a lot of chores too, because
Yeah.
when you don't have 8 people running through a house, you just don't need as much.
But then the lawn chores, if you could take all of the lawn chores, I'd be okay with that.
And I've tried to do
That's true. Then I feel
that.
guilty and I don't want him to do all the chores outside.
Hey, for the record, many times I have come home in my work clothes, grabbed the weed eater before I've even gone in the house and started weed eating.
It's true. I don't like yard work. Anyways.
So number two, all right. Time to yourself. You need to recognize you are going to have a lot more time to yourself and for yourself. Now, unfortunately, men and women don't always take that part well. They don't always use it to their advantage, or they just don't think about it coming. And then this is why you see a lot of moms crying endless hours when their kids leave, because now they have all this free time and they feel like the kids are neglecting them to a degree because they don't call them every 5 minutes of the day because they've been around every 5 minutes of the day before.
Yeah, and what I want to say about if you are a mom who is just now or about to be empty nesting and you are doing some more crying, somewhat it is normal. And you do need to go through those feelings in order to be able to process and kind of move forward. But you don't want to let it be how things go for the next 8 months. You want to continually pick yourself back up, figure out what else to do. And if you've been a stay-at-home mom, then you need to get out into some groups. I joined Toastmasters, and that really helped me to have new people in my life that I didn't know, wouldn't have known otherwise.
Which brings us into number 3, quite honestly. It rolls us into number 3. So before we completely leave number 2, You just need to prepare mentally that you're going to have time to yourself you didn't have before, which gives you the opportunity to do things like number 3, which is cultivate your current friendships or cultivate new friendships.
Right. So when you have a preteen and teens, the problem that happens for most women is you are so busy running this kid to this place, and keeping track of everything. It's an added hassle if you work, because you've got work on top of kids stuff, on top of trying to, keep your marriage afloat and things like that. So cultivating these relationships is so hard when it's in the preteen and teen years of your kids' life. Now, what I'll say though is once you start having kids that drive, it's really, really important for you to be able to either get new friends and get together with them, once a month or something like that. Go on girls' trips, do, different things with friends that you already have. It's so important to do these things, especially as a woman, but I wouldn't say it's not important for the man.
Yeah, a lot of men these days, men are one of 2 ways. They either have no real friends group at all, or all they do is hang out with their friends and kind of forget the wife is at home. So, cultivating your friendships when you're a guy, every guy needs a group of tight friends, okay, a tribe, a pack, so to speak, and they do need that. And women need to remember that guys aren't trying to ditch them or find something else to do besides be around their wives when they're going to hang out with their friends. That is built into men, that they need. It's almost tribal to a degree, but that they need that masculine time with other men who may or may not be going through the same thing, but who can understand, who they can talk with, who they can be a man around. So that's important to remember. He's not trying to escape you. He's trying to deal himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And it's so important. A quote that I recently heard that really spoke a lot to how important it is not only to cultivate relationships, but also to have the right relationships that you are cultivating. A therapist, her name is Nadia Adesi, and she says, go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. And I think that really says a lot about how important it is to make sure that you are in a friends group, in a tribe, if you're a man, of people that are, kind of there. They're not the type of friends that are just kind of there sometimes when it's convenient for them. They're actually people that are like, yes, you can do this. I love that you did this. They're cheering you on, and they are making you feel like you are really somebody special, because you are. There is something in this world that you were put here to do, or to, you are very, very important. So if you are watching this and you have a friends group, or you are in a church that is tolerating you rather than celebrating you, it's time to move on, find a new tribe, and cultivate new relationships.
Yeah, just a caveat to that. So this is going to look different for everybody.
Yes.
Right? Granted, we were talking about friendships, but we moved the needle a little bit. And so I just want to speak on that for a second. So we have known countless parents over the years who will stay in a certain area but the school district is great for my kids, but they hate it there. Or they stay in a congregation, but these are the kids my kids grew up with, so they stay there, even though they hate it. And am I knocking every church in every neighborhood? No, I'm saying that not every neighborhood is for you. Not every church is for you. Not every area is for you. We have decided to move. And I'm not necessarily going to say where right this second, but we're moving. And we're not moving super far away, but we're moving far enough away that we are going to establish a new group. Is it because we hate people here? No, it's not because of that. We hit our empty nest stage. Married our last kid off in January. And we're like, do we really need to stay here? Because our sons, we love them, but we don't have to be on top of their everything to feel close to them. And we always encourage the boys, go see the world. Don't be afraid to move around. And so we are trying to lead by example in that respect also. So we're going to, we're going to take a leap. We're going to find a new group. We're going to make new friendships. We're going to cultivate new things. And it's going to be a blessing to everybody.
And for us, to a certain degree, there has been some things that have happened in our area that we've been in for a really long time. In fact, our whole marriage, which is 25 years coming up Friday. And, and it's been so easy to be stuck. And so not very long ago, we just kind of started realizing that we felt stuck. We didn't like where we live, and it's not because of everyone, but there are a huge amount of people here that we'd be fine to not ever see again. So there's that too.
They don't celebrate us.
Exactly. We have been tolerated in several churches that we've been involved in, and so it's really important for us to move on. And we'll miss a lot of people here. There are a lot that we just love dearly, and there's many that it's fine. So
with that, it's not an arrogance. It has to do with the fact that every couple has gifts that they can offer groups, churches, you name it, okay? Yeah. And you need to go where you feel like you're making a difference. So it may not be that you have a lot of people who don't celebrate you. It may be that you want to make a difference, and it's just time for a change.
Yeah. And really, change is so good for you. It's good for you. It's good for your marriage. It's good for your kids. So if you're worried about moving or doing something radically different than all of your friends, it's okay. Do it anyways.
They'll all live.
Yes. And you will too. And you're going to find that it's an amazing experience. We're super excited about our move, and we're excited to just do something different, see new people, meet new people, and all of that. So it's going to be a great thing. It's going to be a win-win in a lot of ways. So with that, do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, we thank you so very much for being with us today. We hope that this helped you. We hope that it helps to guide you and kind of give you a roadmap of what's normal, what to do when you feel stuck, things like that. So leave a comment below if this really helped you, or if you have another question for us, or if you have something else that you want us to touch on. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.